Hello, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Hello. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you for joining us today. How was your evening? How's your evening going? Let's give some time to more people to join. So in the meantime, tell me how you're doing. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for asking. I see a few people joining. So tell me, guys, where are you from? If in Poland, which city, for an example? I'm interested. Warsaw, Wrocław, super. I was in Warsaw. It's really beautiful. Big city, but it has everything. Szczecin, okay, very close to Germany, right? I haven't been there. Wrocław, me too. Cool. So we have people from around Poland, actually. That's nice. Let's give a few minutes for more people to join so we can start all together. Wrocław, okay, a lot of faces from Wrocław. Wrocław is winning so far. Thank you for joining again. I hope your evening is going well. The weather is not, let's say not the best, but it's fine. I think you can make it a nice evening, right? Oh, nice. That's really nice. I'm jealous, actually. So don't forget to use it right, you know? Like, don't miss out on the sun. Okay, we'll give it one more minute, and we can start then. How is the weather in Szczecin? Is that how you say it? Szczecin? Szczecin. Rainy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that. A lot of clouds, but hopefully weather will get a little bit better next days. Fingers crossed. Okay, a few people joined already. I think we can start, and the rest hopefully will catch up. So, hello everyone. Again, welcome to this webinar. Thank you for, Prushkov. I hope I said that right. Welcome, thank you for joining. Thank you for your time in joining this webinar. We appreciate it. So on this webinar, we're going to be talking about gamification. So gamification and gamifying your business action. And to be more specific, we're going to focus on employee attraction and retention. So attracting candidates for your company or retaining the ones that are already there through engagement, etc. So let's take a look at the agenda for today to have an idea of what's coming. So we're going to start off by speaking a little bit about gamification. We're going to see some statistics to see the numbers and see how well it's doing or how bad. We will see. We're going to check also the market growth and value. We're going to wonder why it's effective and see the reasons why it's actually effective and it works. We're going to see what a company needs to create to have this concept succeed. We're going to talk a little bit about something that is really important to me, storytelling. Then we're going to get a little bit deeper, talking about gamifying your recruitment process and then gamifying your onboarding process. We're going to see some inspirations there, so that's going to be fun. And then a sum up to see what we saw today. Then we're going to do a little bit of our own gamification, very quick, just to see your insights on what you saw today. I'm really interested in that because I want to engage you guys. And in the end, we're going to have a really quick one-question test, very sudden, that's just going to be out there. And the first person, please keep this in mind, the first person who's going to answer the last question is going to win 5 hours consultation with our employer branding branch of Komunikacja Plus. So if you want to win something today, please stay until the end. I'm sure it will be interesting for you, and I hope it will be interesting for you. So yeah, that's it for the agenda. Let's get through with this. Let's start a little bit about me. My name is Walid Jabrane. In Polish, some people made mistakes, Walid Jabrane. Sure, I don't mind that, but Walid Jabrane. I'm an employer branding consultant in Komunikacja Plus. Really passionate about videography, photography, design, all kinds of design, motion, and editing photos, editing videos, all kinds of design. I'm really interested in the gaming industry, how it has grown recently. It really exploded in recent years. I'm also a big fan of brands and especially their stories, how they deliver their stories to customers, to their potential clients, etc. And I'm from Morocco. In Polish, it's Morocco. As a friend said, Morocco zawsze spoko. I think it would be interesting in Polish to say that. So enough about me. Let's move on to the subject. So I want you to meet a little friend of mine today. Meet Bolan. This little dinosaur is one you probably saw before, right? Did you guys recognize this dinosaur? Morocco zawsze spoko. I'm glad it made you day. That's the point. So this is Bolan. Bolan is the dinosaur that you see on your screen when your internet is not helping. So when the internet is not working, and on Google Chrome, this guy shows up. And what happens? You can click space, right? And then you can play a game. So what did Google do here? Like, why did I show this little pixelized like T-Rex? So when you lose internet, this guy shows up. So what did Bolan actually achieve? It was able to turn your offline impatience into a gamified experience. So this concept of just waiting and sitting there being maybe angry about the internet, or I paid for my internet and it's not working, come on. Bolan shows up and saves your day. Maybe you play for only 20 seconds, but that's enough for a gamified experience that maybe changed your mood for that 20 seconds, right? It engaged you, it made you patient a little bit more. So as I'm assuming most people already know what is gamification, but I'm gonna put a little reminder out there. So it's applying game elements to non-game contexts, right? So the concept I just mentioned, waiting for internet to come back, that's a non-game context. You have to just wait there, basically. What did Google do with Google Chrome? It actually added game elements. There's a game there. There's points. You gather points when you don't die in the game, for example, etc. So it makes you encouraged to wait more. Maybe it changes the way you think about behavior and habits, like your behavior changes towards losing internet, for example. Let's look at some statistics concerning gamification. So actually 70% of business transformation efforts fail due to lack of engagement. So engagement is really important for a company, obviously, and gamification really gets that going on. So really, really important for business transformation, and like the efforts will fail if there's no engagement with employees. There is a 2.5% higher revenue for companies with engaged employees. So engaged employees actually make you more revenue. You get more revenue, you get more money. 75% of the global workforce by 2025 will be made up of millennials. Why did I mention this? Because I know gaming, the concept of gaming is part of our lives for a long time, before video games, obviously. Like people of all ages have played a game in their life. But in recent years, this concept has exploded. Like there's VR, there's consoles, you can play this, you can play that, you can play this way, you can play this way, you have this method. So it exploded recently, and millennials got to see all of that. So millennials really got into this gaming industry. Of course, not everyone, but most people really got into it. Even if they don't play, they see it everywhere. So if the 75% of the workforce in the next 5 years will be made up of millennials, gamification, I believe, should really be considered to a certain degree. So 87% agree that it makes them more productive, and 85% would spend more time on gamified software. If it's gamified, they are there, they will participate, they will be there for it. 50% of startups are reportedly integrating gamification into their strategy. So not only big companies that are already out there, even small startups are competing for this, are trying to be more engaging, trying to be more visible, more fun, more like we are here, we are doing this, we want you to have fun when you join us. So there is some competition there, so it's something to keep in mind for sure, for a business, for a company. So practically, there was a forum where people were asked if they would spend more time on like a software if there is game elements. In 2018, 85% said, yeah, for sure, that's a big percentage. In the next year, 2019, there was 4 more percent of people that actually agreed as well. So there is a rate, the interest in this aspect is really raising, as we can see. Psychologically, 88% say gamification in software they use at work actually makes them happier employees. And a happy employee equals an engaged employee equals better work environment, better results, better everything overall. I'm sure you all agree. Let's look at the market value, growth. So the gamification market size is projected to grow from $9.1 billion in 2020, expected to rise to $30.7 billion by 2025. That's crazy expectations, but I see them happening. So the annual growth rate that is expected is 27.4%. And the major factor driving this growth, of the gamification, is because there's a really strong need. There's a big need of companies to engage employees over performance. So they want to boost their engagement, and this really helps the work they provide eventually, makes them happier, more productive, and all of that. So why is gamification effective? You may be wondering for sure. Well, many people, and I believe it goes back to us, humans. So the answer from me and from many people is human drive. So what does it exactly mean, human drive, when we connect it to games and gamification, right? So the first one is epic meaning. What is epic meaning? So it's this feeling that this person gets that he's doing something greater than himself, right? This is something great. I was chosen to do this. This has a really epic, amazing meaning for me. I want to get through it. I want to do it. Yeah, and this is one of the drives connected to gamification that we all have. Also, development, obviously. People, they have an internal drive to make progress, to develop skills, and eventually overcome challenges. If you put challenges there, people are like, I can do this, I will do this. You want to challenge me? Let's go. And they will get through it with more engagement and a little bit boost boost of engagement eventually because of what you created out of this concept. Relatedness, this depends on how you go through this concept that you create. You can make it you can make people that you target especially relate to what you create. So you're targeting this specific group, understand them, study them. This is what they like. This is what they relate to. Let's make this concept out of that, right? So it's all the social elements that drive people, especially the ones that you want to target. Impatience, people they have a drive of wanting something because they don't have it. You're hiring for your company. And these people, you create this concept for them, and they see it, they see the end game, the goal is getting the job, or at least talking to a recruiter, and they are impatient to get there. They don't have it yet, they want to have it. Also curiosity, they want to find out what happens next. This also goes a little bit deeper because, let's say in this concept you created with achievements, rewards, etc., you can create stages where there's a teaser in each step. Like this, they complete the step, next they see, oh, they wonder what may be next. I completed this, I received this. What might happen next? It keeps them going. Loss and avoidance, obviously for everyone, I think no one wants to lose. Everyone wants to avoid negative feelings. So that's one other drive where people want to win this concept that you created. They want to get to the end of it and avoid losing it. So we saw the drives, we saw how it's all connected. So how do you transfer that into your action? How do you get that into your business action, right? So it's very simple. There are very simple concepts. You have to create these 5 concepts right in front of you. So you have to allow self-expression. Candidates, when you create a concept, think about methods that you work on the mechanics of your concept that it allows people to express themselves. So there's a feature that allows people to get to the next step by being who they are, but by saying something about who they are, by just expressing who they are. Competition, just enable competition, obviously, because it drives people to engage more, to get to compete for the reward. It feels even nicer when you get to the reward. You know, there's competition. It's like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. Achievement, like allow design an end game of the concept that gives a feeling of achievement to a person. They feel like they achieved something great, and communicate that directly. Don't be afraid, like even through text or through design, visual design. Feedback, of course, make sure you have feedback going on through your concept. Even not only in the end, but after each step, even something like you did great, you arrived to this step, you made this much progress, great, next step, let's go. Feedback is always important in all, not only in gamification, of course. And obviously rewards. So not only getting the job, for example, when you're recruiting, this gamification concept you create can not only reward the job, but you can also make even a physical reward, something extra to encourage people to speak more, to participate, sorry. So many people believe that they've heard of the concept, they know about it, but they think maybe it costs a lot. I'm scared. I don't want to put too much money into this, and then in the end, I just lost money and there was nothing out of it, you know? Well, there's let's do a little test about Komunikacja Plus. Let's say you are part of our company. You're new in our company. You were just recruited. You still don't know anyone. You're just coming here. So I'm going to introduce you to your team in the company. This is Magdalena, our EB CEO, employer branding CEO. She's welcoming you, as you can see. This is Kamil, his senior EB expert. He's also happy that you're here. And this is Walid, EB consultant as well, and he's also welcoming you here. So since you've met your teammates, let's move on. So that was your introductory onboarding. Like you met your teammates, and welcome to the team. Let's try to add something to this. Let's try to change this a little bit, right? So hey, warm welcome to our company. We'd like to introduce ourselves to you, and we would like you to do the get to know part and actually enjoy it. So we really want you to enjoy this part. It may be just onboarding, but we care about how it looks like. So this is a list of facts about our team, and we want you guys to guess the employee from them. So guys, please, I want you to participate if I might ask of you to answer these questions and vote in the chat, please. So one of these people had his hair bleached blonde. One of them is passionate about plants, really loves plants. And one of them really loves dogs, like really, really loves dogs. So if you win, the winners get to hear me struggle, hopefully not, and suffer to say a Polish sentence of your choice. So if someone gets all of them right, you can write me a sentence in Polish and I'll try to read it really quickly. You can see my pronunciation, have some fun with that, and we can move on, okay? So please write me the answer. Who do you think had blonde hair? Who do you think, write them in one sentence without the separate text. So who had blonde hair? Okay, thank you, Anna. Anna thinks I love dogs. Kamil had blonde hair, and Magda loves plants. Okay, thank you. Can we see some other answers? If Walid blonde, Milena said Walid blonde, Magdalena dogs, and Kamil plants. Okay, Magda too. So Magda plants, you mean? Okay, you 3, me dogs. Okay, Kamil, Kamil 3, okay. Okay, thank you. Marika said Magdalena hair, Kamil dogs, Walid plants. Okay, thank you guys. I really love that you're engaging in this. That's the point of this. Perfect. Coconut said, Magda hair, camel dogs, Walid plants. Magdalena hair. Okay. Thank you guys for your answers. I actually see one person that got it right, and I'm really surprised, but let me find it. 1 second. Okay, I found the answer. Give me a moment. Oh, sorry. So this is the actual answer. So Melina actually got it right. So yeah, I actually had blonde hair. Good job, Melina. Really nice job. Believe it or not, I had blonde hair. Magdalena adores dogs, and Camille is really passionate about plants. Of course I have photos. Well, of course. You will see the photos. Wait a second. There we go. So Camille is really passionate about plants. He has them at home. I really like that. It's really great to have plants at home. Magda really loves dogs. She has a really cute Olaf. As you can see his photo right here. And that's me with blonde hair. I'm sorry for the surprise. So Melina, please write a sentence in Polish and I will say it live. Let's see how it looks. So we can move on to the next part. Melina, are you there? Oh, you're typing, okay. Thank you. Oh, okay. Spokojnie. Wyściały się ze mnie, chyzość brzmi w trzcinie. Okay, I think I did almost okay, right? I suffered, but it was fun. Thank you for the very interesting sentence. Thank you. Super, thank you guys for engaging, it really means a lot. So as you can see, like gamification may depend on scale, but it doesn't have to cost a lot. You can start off right on the bat with very low costs, and I believe you should start off by experimenting. You can gamify yourself on a very small scale, right? Like provide an interactive, happy and fun time for employee engagement. You can develop it through your own internal channels of the company and with minimum costs, maybe even free if you find a way to do that. Depends on the scale, but we can start very small. And the example is guess the employee that we just did, right? The next step after that, like this concept worked for you, you see good results, it's great, you can move to the next step. What do? You can hire actual platforms that help you with gamification. So there are many. There's Rise, Tango Card, Punchball, Nitro, and Batchville, which are really known, Playfox, Centrical, etc. So what do these application platforms do? They help you track progress. They enable milestones for the participants. They give you control panels. They show analytics, so you get feedback on what's going on with your participants. Goal setting, KPI of employees, and of course there's badges, rewards, that you can adjust to your needs. So that's how I believe it should be considered. Experiment. If it works, great. Go to the next step. So next, let's speak about, I see someone typing. Okay, if you have questions, Kasia, you can ask me in the end, so we'll have a bit of time in the end, it's okay. So let's move on to something else. Connected to all of this, storytelling or story. This is something really important for me. I believe it really changes the world, to be honest. So like the smallest example I can remember is how, for example, I was in class, a professor said something really important. And in the moment the professor said that, another student said something funny loudly, and we all laughed about it, we talked about it. And this created a story in my brain, right? Like I keep remembering that this guy said something funny, we laughed, but also the professor said something important. And I remember this in the exam. And because all of that, because this story was created in my mind of this little story, what happened, you know, like, and then I knew like storytelling or like just the concept of stories is really important and it stays with us. Even if we don't know it, it's still there. So a story that's aligned with your company's brand, of course, it has to be aligned with your brand, values, ethics. it will enable gamified concept that you create to have context and reference. So it will be more successful, efficient, and it will stay in people's minds. Yeah, Kasha, don't worry. By the end, you will receive the presentation. You will find the presentation on our website. So don't worry about that for now. Just enjoy the ride. No worries. So let's talk about some facts about storytelling. So stories are more memorable than figures. Like they're 22 times more memorable than figures. Figures are hard to remember. I'm sure you can all agree. But stories really stay there. So if you use storytelling, maybe connected to your figures, you can have them stay in people's minds. Our neural activity increases 5 times when listening to a story. That's crazy. Your brain works harder when, to remember stuff when there's a story involved. The sensory cortex is what storytelling wakes in the brain. So what is this sensory cortex? It gives the listener the ability to feel, hear, maybe sometimes even taste the story and even smell it, like imagine the smell, imagine the taste. So yeah. I want to ask you a question. What's the most memorable brand story that really stayed in your mind? Like the most memorable brand story that you have in your mind? Just quick questions. I just want to see, like some company made a video, some company made a campaign, and you really remember it. Some video, some advertisement, this story really stayed with you. Just name of the company maybe. Marquez, Allegro, okay, Allegro. So the story really stayed in your mind. They made some kind of story through a video maybe or something like that and really stayed with you? Christmas story, okay. Super. Oh, okay, so you all remember that story. That must have been a great story. Great storytelling right there. Okay, super. I have to watch it after. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the answers. Let's move on a moment. So for me, Diesel, okay, thank you, Kasha. For me, it's this picture. I'm sure you recognize it. This is The Interview. This is a movie. I've seen it when I was younger, and I was like, okay, this is just a funny, yeah. I was like, oh yeah, this is a funny movie, comedy, Owen Wilson is there, ha ha ha, it's funny, great movie. That's all, right? And then later I realized, wait, this was actually employer branding. This is a genius way using the ultimate storytelling method, a movie. So Google actually used a movie to tell you the story of their company, what's happening inside, how fun is it to be inside, how are people work inside. And one of the greatest stories ever. It stayed with me even though I didn't know that that's what they meant. I didn't even know it, but I realized this is what Google wanted to communicate later, that this is the vibe inside their office, this is how they work. It's just an amazing, it was just an amazing realization for me, like really great concept from Google. So let's go back to Bolan. You remember Bolan, right? Offline dinosaur and gamification. So even this little guy has a story, believe it or not. Little Bolan, has a story. So this lonely T-Rex, he got trapped somehow in an offline desert, and the T-Rex runs and has to avoid obstacles like cactus and pterodactyls, like the flying dinosaurs, in a harsh offline world. So they gave him this theme of the story, prehistoric ages, because of the internet run, there's no internet, right? There's a theme there, and the developers actually made the game able to run for 17 million years. If your computer can handle it, if your computer can stay alive for 17 million years, you can still play this game, really, with no problems. Why? Because the T-Rex was on Earth like for 17 million years ago. So it's all connected to the story. And this little dinosaur that you played with your space bar had a story as well. And the story is there. You can feel it, you can sense it, you can see the offline, the prehistoric vibe, right? So moving on from the storytelling, we'll get back to it later. Let's talk about gamifying recruitment process online. So people were asked, would you gamify, would gamification in the recruitment process make a company more desirable? 78%, big number, said, I'd want to work for them more. So if there's a gamified concept, they are in. They really want to be there. And 22% said it would make no difference for me. So it's not even negative, like I don't prefer it, but it just makes no difference. It's all right. And like great big difference for me. Let's look at an example. We're going to see a video now, and then we're going to talk about it. Let's watch the video together.
Where's your Domino's pizza?
As we can see, a great video from from Domino's Pizza. So they created an app. As you can see, it's targeted at customers, but that's not where it ends. They created an app where people can virtually create a pizza. As you saw, they can make everything about it, the toppings, etc. And the people that made a great job, like interesting pizza, they get a message saying, you did great. Maybe you wanted to apply for a job for us, right? And that's just an amazing concept for me. I mean, they made $1 million of extra pizzas sold a week. That's a giant number for Domino's Pizza right there. So they had cheap employee recruitment because they made so much revenue. And this tells the story of Domino's Pizza. You can see the vibe, you can feel it from the video, from the guy speaking to you. You can see it on the font of the text. Make a legendary pizza. You can all sense it there. The story is right there. It's very authentic, and it's not just telling, it actually makes people do something. So as we said, they made $1 million of extra pizzas sold a week. The 7 million pizzas were made in total, and 765 people made it for a chance to work at Domino's Pizza. Great results, if you ask me. Let's move on to the next example. We're going to watch a video about Heineken, which is inspirational.
We ask, got a minute? You think, wait a minute. You say, I know you. We think, but do you? We say, come along. You ask, but where to? We say, you think about it. You think. You say yes. We guessed you'd say yes. You ask where to start. We say, follow your heart. You think we're one brand. We say we are more. You ask, how much more? We say, so much more. More than 250 brands, more than 70 countries. You ask, will you mold me? We say, we will stretch you. You think you can be more. We say, you can be more! You ask, how much more? There is so much more in store. Learn a craft, learn a trade. There's a journey to be made. Choose a path or go off it. It's up to you. You thought, you asked, now we say, do. You think, do I have what it takes? We know you have what it takes. You ask, where will we go? We say, we don't know. You show us.
As you can see, it ended with Take the Interview. Just another amazing example by Heineken. Mind-blowing for me. The video's amazing quality. The story is right there. You can feel it. He's speaking right to you. And he gives all the attention to you. Like, you tell us where we're going. We don't know where we're going. You tell us. Let's do this together. So what is this? What happened actually in this campaign? They actually made a platform online that people applying for the job can play a game. They can go through this video with an interactive aspect to it. As you can see in the photo right here, one moment. Yeah, right here on the right photo, there is a question, like they ask you questions on the right and on the left. So you choose one and then you go to a place where it takes you to where, like the personality you delivered through your answer. So they get to know you and you play kind of game, you win something in the end. It was just an amazing campaign. It shows what the company is looking for people. It's all fun, fast, innovative, and it's really connected to the brand itself. The campaign went live at the end of 2016, and it's still going on right now, and that's just amazing. Let's watch one video just to see quick key takeaways from this campaign, what Heineken made. They actually made a video themselves about that. So we will see a video. One moment, sorry. There we go.
To answer each, it seems clear. Now, I'm sure you're curious to see the results.
And don't forget to share your CV from your LinkedIn profile with us after you have seen my interpretation of what I believe to be your true character.
Again, they ended by talking to you. You are a true pioneer. They always focus the attention to the person watching. That's amazing. So as you can see, so many great positive results. They exploded on media. All media was speaking about it. They had a lot of followers on social media. They had a lot of employees applying, great profiles, all of that. It's just an amazing campaign. And sure, it seems like a giant campaign with a lot of investments, but it means if a company, it's very nice. I agree, Anna. So if Heineken went through so much trouble and effort and invested a lot in this and it gave this great result, it means it's worth it, if you ask me at least. So let's move on to gamifying your onboarding process. We're going to look at this very quickly. So your employees are already here. There's no problem. You can also gamify the onboarding process. So when people were asked how do they feel when taking their training, the majority of people who received non-gamified training scored really low in motivation, 28%, as you can see. They also find their training boring, 49%, and unproductive, 12%. Now, here's what happens when they receive training that features gamification elements. Usually e-learning gamification, but in general, 83% feel motivated and only 30% feel bored or unproductive. And I mean, the numbers speak. In a nutshell, when compared to a non-gamified training, it seems that gamification boosts the motivation to learn and engage and get through the process that you create for them. It decreases boredom and unproductiveness. Another example from HS Homes Group. No video here, but just going to speak about it quickly. It's a company connected to retail, and they created a campaign called Guess the Employee. It's the one we tried before. So they created a campaign with the goal to familiarize new employees with their intranet, so internal communication. So what did they do? They used this intranet. They made some research, created anonymous photos, as you can see on the screen, who was on X Factor in 2010, who is a father-in-law, etc., who's an amazing photographer. And they had employees try to search for each other, find each other, and play this game of getting to know each other, and this introductory onboarding, and also getting to know how the internet is working for this company. So what are the results? 85% active users. So that's a great number of employees being interactive on the intranet, on the internet communication platform. And people were satisfied with the colors, with all of that. I think it's a great idea. Like, if you guess the employee, is a great idea always. And one more example from McDonald's, Japan. Very interesting. I'm going to see a video right here.
And move on to Japan, because what happens if you put the world's best-selling handheld game machine in the world's biggest burger chain? Well, according to McDonald's Japan, you get a great way to teach staff members. And Bloomberg's Mike Fern went to McDonald's training center in the heart of Tokyo. And Mike, how exactly are they teaching the McD's members with the, was it the NSDS or something like that?
The DS, the latest version of that, the DSi. Well, Nintendo sold more than 125 million of these game players. So McDonald's figures that it's so popular, it's going to make learning fun.
Flipping burgers isn't what it used to be. Menus are getting more complex, and in Japan, more customers are coming through the golden arches in search of a fast food fix. McDonald's Japan has seen sales rise for the past 6 years, and working here is getting a lot more complicated than asking, do you want fries with that? So the company turned to Nintendo for some virtual help.
おはようございます。おはようございます。服部さん、では今日は、クォーターパウンダーの、オペレーション。
This game shows trainees how to assemble a quarter pounder with cheese. You can also learn how to cook fries and clean your workstation.
90点取れます。お、90点。
最初にこう絵が出て
You have to figure out which order to assemble the ingredients in. You can learn at your own pace, and because you actually see the process, it's really easy to remember how to get it right.
前のトレーニングの方法と比べると
People learn twice as quickly compared to the old training methods, and they can apply those skills right away when they get into the workplace.
The games are intended to reinforce practical lessons, allowing new staff to go over the key tasks on the train home and on their days off. Instructors say computer games will never completely replace hands-on experience.
覚えてそれを行動に
When trainees come into the workplace, they already remember the basic tasks, so they can spend more time building up their confidence and communication skills.
どのような行動をするかということ
McDonald's has the Nintendo DS training system in about 80% of its 3,700 outlets in Japan. It's planning to have them in all the restaurants by the end of the year.
And that game is a little bit trickier than it looks, actually. If you don't get everything exactly right, it won't let you shake your fries. Japan, the only country where McDonald's uses the DS to train staff. McDonald's restaurants here also have Wi-Fi points in every store where customers can download characters and special features for Nintendo DS gameplay.
Okay, that's we get the idea. So another crazy campaign from McDonald's, apparently we all know, in Japan only. So they made, as you can see, an application where people train to create the burgers. So this really engaged people, like employees actually play this game in their free time. And that is just, the top of the results that you want to have. An employee going home and playing your game that teaches them how to work. I mean, this is the top of the top. Like, if you reach that level of engagement of employees, it's great for your company. So people also, when they did this at home, they came to work and they were ready. They knew how to make the burger. They knew how to make the sauce. They knew the machine. They remembered everything from the game. And because of this, they had more time to speak to their new employees. So they spoke to each other, they communicated to each other, and it gave more time for people to get to know each other and also learn something new with a fun, amazing experience. And really great campaign from McDonald's Japan. So as I already said, it helped them train, it saved a lot of time in training, and employees were really having fun while learning something about their job. So again, great initiative from McDonald's Japan. So let's do a little sum up of what we saw today. So what's the real value gamification can bring to your business? So the implementation actually goes directly into improving your business. How is that, right? So work progress tracking, it allows candidates to see a path in recruitment. It helps them brainstorm, and so they are more engaged, right? Engagement is there. That's really important for your business. It always has great results, ending with bigger revenue as well. It allows you to spot strengths and weaknesses. You can analyze your candidates or employees, get more real live feedback of their strengths, their weaknesses, and it's instant constructive feedback. So this is great. It gives direction for candidates. It helps them gain a new perspective on productivity, motivates them to plan their moves, being directed obviously by the company's needs. Like they're not going to go far from that as long as the company keeps the concept created with the company's needs, company's values, ethics, and all that. So actually, it saves you money, right? It doesn't cost. It may cost a bit. It may cost some money, but if done right, it actually saves you money. That's the whole point here. So one disengaged employee costs the average organization $3,400 per $40,000 of salary. If you have one engaged employee, you're losing a lot of money. So you gotta get there and start trying to engage more employees, right? You don't want to a company doesn't want to lose money for sure. Happy shareholders, like you get an increase in productivity, and highly engaged employees in a company make this company improve operating income by 19.2% over a 12-month period. So like happy engaged employees equals happy, as I said before, happy workspace and revenue for the company, great results for the company from all aspects. Employee turnover, so it can be directed by 87% in highly engaged organizations. So employees will stay with your company if they're engaged constantly, if they feel productive, they feel happy, they will stay with your company for years, maybe years. And 87% of this turnover that happens normally can be reduced through gamification or engagement in general, which gamification allows. So before we go, a few last things here. I want to see your insight on gamification. So I'm going to give you a case study, completely random, doesn't exist, just so we can have some fun and see. I want to see your insights. It's really important for me. So let's say a bar mleczny, a milk bar. I'm sure everyone here knows what it's. Of course, there's no one else that is not from Poland. Yeah. So this milk bar brand needs to recruit in a fun way, right? A bar mleczny wants to recruit in a fun way. What does it do? So how does it gamify this recruitment process, right? I'm going to use this brand that I created for a project in my master's before called Cebula. As you can see, the logo and everything is there. And I'm going to show you something that you please pay attention to. It's the story that we created for this brand. So I'm going to read for you the story. So Cebula is a spot where past and future meet. A restaurant that promises a babcia comfortably and passionately baking mouth-watering pierogi right in front of your eyes in a kitchen that is semi-open to the public eye. A milk bar that you can evoke a feeling of belonging to. This is a place for all the veterans who sense a nostalgic taste within Polish cuisine. And also for all the cebulas out there, I mean people that want to save money. It was aimed at students with insufficient zlotys to treat themselves, yet an intense homesickness to their babcia's goodies. Cebula can never take pride in your grandma's crafts, but you can be damn sure that it will try to recreate it. So this is the story of, yeah, Cebula for all the students that don't have many zlotys, you know? And they miss the babcia's food, of course. It's important for the story. So this is the story of Cebula, as you can see. Let's test this concept. I want to see your insights. So I prepared 4 questions for you. The answers are false or true, but it's not really false or true. It's like most likely true, can work, and I don't think it will work. So this is what I want you to do. Just vote. This can work, and this cannot work. So give me a moment here. I'll share with you the form. One moment, sorry. Okay. Can you guys see the form? If you can see it, please read each, go quickly through each of them, and you can vote what you believe is if it should work or not really a good idea. For Cebula, keep in mind the story, the vibe, the feeling of babcia, feeling of Polish traditional food, pierogi, z miosem, pierogi ruski, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I see some answers here. Thank you for voting. Okay, we got 4 for the last question, still needs an answer, I think. Okay, we got 4, 5. Okay, 7 answers in the first one. Get 6, 8. Okay, I'll give you guys 1 minute and then we can move on with the discussion, okay? Let's say 30 seconds, I think it's enough. I'm not sure if everyone voted. I think some questions are missing some people. 7, 7, 8, 7. Okay. Okay, I think we have enough votes to make a discussion here. So I will share with you the results in a second. Give me a moment, please. Okay, can you see the results? You can scroll around, see the answers. Thank you, Coconut. Good. Coconut, if I may call you Coconut. I'm glad you like the idea. Can you see the answers? Can everyone see the answers? I love coconuts. That's great. I love coconut juice, actually. Yes, I see. Perfect. Okay. So please go with me through each question. Let's go through them really fast. So the Barnacheka organized interviews with babchas. The candidates have to get babcha approved. What does it mean? Like babcha has to approve you, then you get the job as part of the process. I think personally this should work because it's right there with the story, with the vibe of the brand. You know, babcha is important for the brand. Traditional style is important. So having a babcha as part of this gamification, we can make it a gamification process by having some interaction with the grandma. I think it should work. I think it's great for Tabula. Tabula would succeed with this concept, probably. So conduct a guest the employee campaign. This would work for onboarding and not really recruitment. As we saw, the company needs to recruit new employees. Coconut Agency. It needs to recruit employees, right? So guest the employee maybe would work later. They're already inside. So now the Tabula wants them to be engaged in a fun way. So maybe guest the employee could work. Why not? Just it has to be connected with the story, you know? The babcha is there, the pierogies are there, the vibe of traditional Poland is there, maybe even folk, something, you know, the feeling is there, should be there, it's important. Last one. Oh, I'm surprised at this answer. Develop an advanced application where candidates can practice, sorry for the mistake, practice cooking the food served. Everyone said it should work. It could, but in my opinion, I don't think so. It may work, why not? We are in a modern era, everything is modern, right? But I believe this may be understood or not felt the right way by people wanting to work there or people seeing this Tabula and seeing this brand. Like you promise babcha, great homemade food, and then this gamification concept has an application, advanced application with sharp design and futuristic design, you know, this app is out of this world. You can cook the food, it's really advanced. I don't see this as delivering the true feeling of Tabula, right? I mean, it just doesn't feel right to me. I would feel weird being on an advanced application on my phone, making pierogies on a really sharp screen, sharp design of the app. But maybe it could work if the app is designed to be traditional. You know, it could deliver the feeling of like this traditional vibe of Poland. So, as I said, it's not false or right. It's just different, different aspects, different opinions. So, organize who cooks it the fastest competition of Polish cuisine. I think this would work. Polish cuisine is there. This competition is there. Who can cook this fastest? The grandmas can be present to encourage the candidates, have conversations with them, maybe try to make them lose focus, the opposite, make them busy to see how they deal with stress. It could be funny, it could work. I think it works. It could work with the vibe in the story and the ethics of the brand Tabula. And yeah, thank you so much for the answers. I really appreciate it, guys. I really wanted to see insights and on your thoughts on this. So really, thank you again. Dziękuję bardzo po polsku. I will stop sharing results now. Let's go back to here. So one final question. What do you think about gamification? If you're working in a company, you already applied it, we'll develop it more, we'll definitely consider it in the future, or don't think it's a good idea. Please let me know in the chat. I'm really curious what you think. Any insights on gamification? Melina is typing. More people are typing. Super. So you worked in a company, or you work in a company where it's applied already, you had the chance to try this concept, or you will consider it in the future, or your company is going to consider it in the future. or you don't think it's a good idea. You think you're just gonna stick with the basic old, hello there, welcome here, this is your seat, or hello there, yeah, who are you? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Thank you, we'll send you an email. You think that companies will do that? See how buzz is around new PlayStation, Purple Love games. Okay, PlayStation, I see PlayStation mentioned. We'll consider it in the frames of my power range. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I mean. Even if it's not in your power right now, in the future, I'm sure you will have the power. I believe in you, Melina. Definitely consider it. From Marika, thank you. I will consider this. I will consider. Okay, super. Okay, perfect. I'm interested in this topic, but haven't got a lot of experience with that. But I thought GRYWALIZACJA by Paweł. Do you know this book? Oh, not really. I haven't read it actually. Thank you for the suggestion, by the way. I'll definitely check it out. That's really cool. I have to check out this book. I'm sure there's an English version for sure, right? I will find an English version. Thank you so much, Kasia. So most people are ready to consider this. That's really great. So hopefully we'll see future gamification concepts, and you will be the reason for them, hopefully. Okay, so one last thing I promised to finish this off, right on time. It's really great. So remember I mentioned something at first about the contest, and if you win, you get free 5 hours of consultation concerning employer branding, consultation workshop about employer branding. So I mentioned the contest, right? So let's see if storytelling was effective today in a very surprising way. So the next slide is going to be the question that you have to answer. The first person to answer gets the reward, right? Let's play this quick gamified ending of the webinar. Are you ready? Is everyone ready? Okay, super. Okay, prepare your keyboard, prepare your palce? I don't remember the word. Palce? Yeah, okay, sorry. So, raz, dwa, trzy. So, what's this little fella's name? What's the name of that guy? We saw his story, we saw everything about him. What's his name? Tell me. Oh, no. No, no. Yeah, sure, okay, maybe. T-Rex, no, that's the species. We need the name. Yeah, yes, bravo. Sorry, Melina, I'm so sorry. Marika wrote it first. I'm so sorry. Maybe she can share with you and invite you to the reward. You can both have both enjoy the reward. Thank you so much for participating, guys. I'm really proud that you remember the name. That's really great. Because I tried to not mention it too much, so it's not obvious. I just said dinosaur a lot, but really nice. Bolin is happy, even though he's stuck in this, offline world. He's really happy in this moment. Thank you. So, dziękujemy za uwagę. I hope I said that right. Thank you so much. So, before we go, please check our social media, check our website, obviously. And please, you will find this video posted on Facebook after this, and as well as on the website. You go to the website, you go to webinar section, then you will find both the video and this presentation. So if you want to see this presentation in details, just go to our website, webinars, and it will be right there. So thank you so much for your attention. If you have some questions, please write them here. We have a few minutes left. We can have 1-2 minutes for quick questions, and because I don't want to take too much of your time, you can enjoy your evening. So I hope this was interesting for you. Oh, thank you. I'm really glad you had fun. That was the point. I really wanted you to feel gamification not only through a presentation, but also, interact with me. Let's do this together, right? Thank you so much for your time, your time in this evening to join the. Oh, thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. Thank you. Dziękuję bardzo. This deserves, thank you in po polsku. Thank you, Coconut. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you have any simple questions, any kind of question about gamification, about me, maybe anything you have in mind, please ask away. If not, you can always, I agree. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Coconut. In which city do you work for Communication Plus? Okay. As I said at first, I work in the office in Wrocław. So I'm in Wrocław right now. Yeah. We Wrocławiu. Tak. Do you recommend Morocco? For sure. I just had this conversation with someone at work actually today. Yeah, Morocco zawsze spoko. It's amazing. It's like a completely different vibe from Poland. You know, another different planet. You can see the Atlantic Ocean, you can see the Mediterranean Sea, you can see the Sahara, the desert, ride camels. You can do anything you want in Morocco. There's even snow. Morocco zawsze spoko, tak. Oczywiście, tak. Do you recommend Morocco? Okay, let's have one more question and then we can close off. We'll have opportunity to meet each other because I'm participating in your internship. Oh, that's really cool, Kasia. Super, yeah, for sure, but maybe probably we'll meet. Internship competition. Yeah, great. Good luck in the competition. It should be a great initiative. I'm sure you'll do great. Super. Good luck in the competition. I hope it goes smoothly for you. I hope it will be fun as well. Yes, we are. So one more question before we head off. Anyone has any questions? About gamification, about anything we talked about today? If not, okay, I see there's no more. So thank you so much again. Really appreciate your presence here and using your time to come and see this webinar that we prepared for you. I hope it was fun. I hope you gained a little bit more perspective about gamification, about storytelling, and I hope you apply that to your business today or whenever you have the power, as you guys said, to do that. So super. Thank you guys. That's it from my side. And have a nice evening. Do zobaczenia, do widzenia, or maybe do zobaczenia. Ciao. Ciao. Pa. Bye. Thank you so much.